Fellow Drops fans, we've got a really clean and excellent washed Kenya for you today. Let's get into it. What's up, fellow Drops fans, fellow fans, and coffee lovers everywhere? My name is Haley. I am your local resident neighborhood Q grader and brew guide, coming at you live from Fellows HQ in San Francisco, here to talk to you about a wonderfully clean washed Kenya, ringing in the almost summer season with this coffee for real. Thank you, Unity, for bringing this coffee to us. Before I get into why it's so delicious and cool and fun and nice and all those things, let me get into how I'm brewing it. So I'm using 22 grams of coffee in to 350 out. Pretty standard, no surprises there. I bloomed at about 50 grams of water, and then I'm going to let it bloom until that 40-second mark, at which point I am breaking the bloom. I'm going to pour up to 150 grams in a spiral pour. Once the water level goes down to about a half an inch above that bed of grounds, maybe a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the dripper, give 5 gentle swirls, put the dripper back down before I start my next pour. You can pour with the dripper in your hand, but it's probably not going to turn out very, I can imagine there's a lot of sloshing around that would happen, not preferable, so put the dripper down, then pour. I'm going to go ahead and pour up to, actually, I'm going to do what I said that I was going to do, so grab the dripper and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put the dripper down. Then I will go ahead and pour up to 250 grams. It's going to be a little bit of a slower drawdown. I'm at a 6 on Ode with SSP burrs, so about a 5 on Ode Gen 2. All other grind setting conversions and espresso suggestions can be found on our Brew Guide blog post, which is linked in the description of this video. Once this water goes down to about a half an inch or a little bit more above the bed of grounds, I'm going to pour to my last pour, again, spiral pour. I'm going to go up to 350 grams to finish, and then after that I will add 5 gentle swirls of agitation as well. So 5 gentle swirls of agitation after the second and the last pour. Also, probably should mention I am brewing at 205 degrees Fahrenheit. Probably very helpful to know. As I said, this coffee is going to draw down a little bit slower, which is totally fine. We want the water to be in contact with the coffee, pulling all of that vibrant, clean, slightly tiny bit juicy, washed Kenya energy out into the final cup. And when I say slightly juicy, not juicy necessarily in mouthfeel, but there's like this sweetness at the end of the coffee that's just so, you want to pull it out for sure. All right, so I'm going to pour up to 350 grams as my finishing pour in a spiral pattern, as I said. So constantly moving, making sure that you are covering all of your grounds, pun intended. And then after this goes down enough to where I will not spill over the sides, I will do 5 gentle swirls of agitation to get everything settled, and that'll be at the end of the brew. So now that I've told you how I'm brewing the coffee, let's get into why it's so cool. So SL28 and SL34, it's 90% comprised of those two, and then also Batian and Ruiru. This coffee's from the Nyeri region of Kenya. And in the cup, we're getting a lot of white grape, some stone fruit going on, definitely just a very, very clean, vibrantness to it. A lot of like nice lime floating through as well. Just really clean cup, easy drinker. Definitely want to pick it up to ring in the summer. As always, it is easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back the amount of bags you would like, 1, 2, 5, however many, and we will send you that coffee. If you don't want coffee this week, don't text us back, and we will not send you any unnecessary coffee or charge you. We'll just text you next week with another delicious curated selection. I have been and will continue to be Haley, your local resident Q grader and brew guide. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Thank you, Unity, to bringing this coffee to us. Thank you, Unity, for bringing this coffee to us. And thank you, Fellow Drops fans, for joining me this week. I will see you next time for the next Brew Guide video. Cheers.